And let's see. Send message. Copy, paste. Oh, there. And then now just making a post on the creator page. And I'll probably go back to the old video and leave a comment or something, just letting people know that there's a new thing. There we go. This is new links, 10 or more, publish now, save. There we go. Just gonna find the old link and leave a comment. That was dumb. It was like the first time I didn't bring my laptop from upstairs too. It was literally the first time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take less stuff down with me. And then it turns out the charger's broken.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll get a new one. Yeah, I just gotta leave some sort of comment or something. Check. New Hangout has been created. Check channel for current stream. Title. Nobody else is in the call yet. I'm wondering if those things got sent out properly. New Hangout. If you were in the previous Google Hangout call, check your email or Patreon for the new link. Thank you. Okay. That should be fine. That should be fine, and I'm assuming people will come back now. Fuck, my webcam looks so low res right now. Ah, shit. I can probably... Dare I risk it? I think I can... Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to come back.
Yes, yes.
One second. I will be back.
No worry.
There, I'm back, and my webcam looks better. There we go. There we go. And I think that everybody else should have the invite link. That should have it. If for whatever reason you didn't get it, let me know in the comments or whatever. But I mean, I sent them out again. I sent them out on email. I sent them out through Patreon message, and I sent them out. I posted them on the Patreon wall, just like I did the last one. So theoretically, everybody should be able to come back. They'll figure it out if they haven't already, I guess. Damn it. What a clusterfuck. But whatever. How are you today?
Fine. Very fine.
Good. Oh, hey, we got some more people. Oh my God, everybody's back. Thank you. It worked.
Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What's up?
All good.
We're back.
All good. There we go. Just making this make more sense webcam wise. All right, we got more people. Oh my God, a shark. Hey.
I'm currently reading the Stephen King book.
What about Stephen King book?
I'm currently reading the greatest Stephen King novel.
Oh, what is it?
I'm reading right now.
Oh shit! Wait, let me look. Oh, SpongeBob. Jesus. I couldn't tell who was talking. I was focusing on other things. Sorry. All right. I think we're good. Just gonna relax. Although I do want to fill up my smoothie.
Ugh.
It's just in the fridge. It'll only take me like 10 seconds. I'll do that. I'll do that in a minute. I won't leave again right away.
I don't know if you guys talked about it already, but are you guys excited for 18 more new hours of David Lynch content?
Yes and yes.
Everyone's
yes.
excited for it. I will check it out in like 5 years or something. I don't know.
Everybody.
I don't know.
What?
I feel I can feel the collective disappointment, but I don't know. It's just it's by all objective standards, it's great and well made, but there's just nothing that grabs me in terms of making me like excited to see more of it. And I know it's so weird because like I completely understand like the cultural impact it's had and like what it's shaped and you know the whole fan base and all that. Like there's fucking Twin Peaks themed restaurants, there's like, you know, Swery ripped off the whole show to make Deadly Premonition. You know, so I don't know. Like I get it, I think, but I'm just not. I'm not like insanely wowed by it in the same way that I think a lot of people are. Mulholland Drive is good. That's probably the most enjoyable David Lynch film I've seen. I haven't seen Blue Velvet yet.
You saw Eraserhead.
I saw half of Eraserhead, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. I don't think anyone else wants me to get into that either, because I enjoyed what I saw, but David Lynch didn't want me to watch the rest of it. So,
Have you seen The Elephant Man? That's a good one.
no, not yet. No.
I just saw The Elephant Man. I'd recommend it.
That's really good, yeah.
I'll watch that.
You know
for
what's
sure.
not good? Alien Covenant, fuck. That kind of sucks.
I don't know if I would call it bad, but I would call it ridiculous and also bad.
Well,
Look, I didn't like any of the Alien movies, truth be told, so I know, it's weird.
I think, you know what? I fully respect and appreciate the first Alien film and its cultural significance and how it's shaped the genre. But even when I saw it when I was younger, it wasn't scary to me, and I was like literally even from the first shot, even the like small flash of light with it at the end of the hallway, like you could see the rubber moving in the suit's fingers, and you could tell that like the digits weren't like an actual creature and was just like a flimsy little thing on some actor. And I mean, like, I don't know. I was never scared by it. I thought it was cool and I liked it, but that's just another thing that I wasn't obsessed with that I know a lot of other people are.
And the other thing is that if you're not, afraid of slasher movies, then Alien's not going to be scary.
Yeah, I was pretty obsessed with like slasher movies in general, so I think I might have desensitized myself to it at some point. But I mean, I guess it all really depends on like what kind of fear you're trying to get out of any given experience, because there's different ways of going about fear and just horror in general. Plenty of different elements, plenty of different things that can be unsettling or, startling. Sorry?
No, I was just telling him he's good. He can stay over here now.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
Sometimes I
Without
get
your
noise
mask,
and I
I was
didn't
like,
know.
who's this person? And I was like, oh, okay. The dude with the mask.
Nice.
Should we get into Alien Covenant, or is it like?
Well,
too
I don't want
new?
to spoil it for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Those are what I was
We
thinking.
can say things in ways that don't spoil it. So I can say like,
The thing is,
I could say that there was a Three Stooges scene, and anybody who's seen it knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was pretty funny. And
The thing is, the trailer doesn't really give a lot away, so...
I didn't watch the trailer, but from what I heard a lot of people saying that the trailer gave too much away.
I didn't think that, like, not to spoil anything, but like the kind of big change in locales that happens in the middle of the movie kind of isn't in the trailers, so I'm not spoiling anything.
Well, I've downloaded a lot of promotional footage for a possible review, depending on how quickly I finish this other video I'm working on, which I'm hoping will be out tonight. So we'll see how much I feel like doing Alien Covenant on Monday, and if I want to do that instead of trying to get Synecdoche, New York out sooner. But anyway, it seemed like they had a lot of material in the promotional footage. From what I saw, it seems like one of those movies that I could probably stitch together in promotional footage for my review and have most of the scenes that I would talk about. What I will say, though, is like there's a reason why Alien can still sell. You know, there's a reason why, like, even if people aren't really expecting a good Alien movie, they'll still watch it, and I'll still watch it, and you know, there's some sort of enjoyment out of it. You know, it's an interesting universe, even if they keep bastardizing the origins of it. It's still like a environment to be in that has some appeal. You know,
everyone's always looking forward to seeing, you know, a new part of the universe, and you know, that it seems like every Alien movie that comes out, there's always a very harsh reaction initially, and then a softening of said reaction. Like the fourth one, when it first came out, oh my God, people hated it because it was so unlike everything else. But now everyone's like, oh, it's so campy and fun. And Ron Perlman.
I think people still kind of hate it.
Yeah, the general consensus that I've heard is that everybody still hates the fourth one.
Exactly. I don't think I've heard anything good about it.
Whenever negative reviews come out for an Alien movie, people say at least it won't be Alien 4.
Oh wow!
I think it's just because the franchise is so mainstream.
I've got a pain in my chest.
The director of the fourth one is like this really
don't die.
Artistic.
Are you okay, Adam?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm getting a sudden like sharp pain in
Are
my
you
chest.
dying?
Hopefully, if I do die, Mark will hear me in the other room.
Are you able to move your left arm?
I'm not having a stroke or a heart attack. Maybe actually.
I'm guessing it's like the muscles. That's
At
what
least you're recording it for posterity. You can make some ad revenue after.
I don't know what's happening.
Maybe one of your pectorals detached from your sternum.
I don't know what's happening. Maybe I should see a doctor.
Call Mark.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he can hear me right now.
Oh fuck!
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Don't get too worried. Oh fuck!
I felt Michael Fassbender did a really good job, though.
It's a little hard to do when every other thing that comes out is just like, ow,
pain.
Stop.
This hangout is not going as well as I'd hoped.
It's okay. Ow.
It's okay.
Ow.
I apologize. It's like when I breathe in, like when I take any kind of a breath that's like more than like a light breath. I feel like a sharp
chest muscles.
pain in like my like lower left rib area. Ow! Yeah, this is bad. I should go to the doctor. Oh fuck! Now I can't breathe properly.
Like you're gonna lay down later and it's gonna blow over.
I think it'll be fine in like 20 minutes, but
you'll just need to stop breathing, and it's gonna be okay.
Sorry, what? Yeah, as long as I can breathe.
This is the last.
As long as you can. Hopefully.
We got to be a part of the last hangout.
Yeah.
Adam, before you die, I want your opinions on my favorite movie, and that movie is The Blues Brothers.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
It's been a long time since I've watched
Last review, hangout over.
Okay, I mean, I do what you will. I know your opinions on Blues Brothers, and I don't know. I'll take it.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. I can say that Mark and I have been having an interesting conversation about David's motivations.
Is that a bit of a spoiler?
Let's not.
If you
Yeah,
think the
let's
movie-
not talk about
Well,
that.
I would
though.
say David's motivations in Prometheus.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I would love to go into more detail about that, but it would include me talking about Alien Covenant.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
So,
Just make it like a spoiler section in your video.
oh,
if
I
you
will.
decide to
Like
do
if I make a quickie on it, which hopefully I'll have the time to, then I think it'll be a mostly spoiler review. But obviously, I'll give my blurb before that point.
I kind of
Okay, I
liked
can take a normal
how,
breath again. We're good.
not to spoil anything, but I kind of liked how both the Michael Fassbender characters had different accents, which was kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was kind of flipping back and forth.
yeah.
So you can tell them apart.
Yeah, I guess so.
All
To be
right.
honest, I've kind of forgotten most of the things about it, which is kind of weird for an Alien movie because even
Alien
the worst
Covenant?
ones leave an impression. Yeah, I saw it like
I remember most of the sequence of events, but there's definitely like chunks of the movie that are missing. Where like even having discussions with people afterwards, where like we know that there are things that happened between this and this, but we don't know what happened because it was just so boring. Like without spoiling anything, like the first 20 plus minutes of the film is a challenge, and I had to wake up my friend next to me.
Yeah.
As soon as it started picking back up, and I'm like, things are starting to like get interesting again. I had to nudge him.
Hey, the movie's starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He slept.
Like, pretty much-
he slept through like the boring parts. Really.
Like pretty much anything having to do with not Michael Fassbender is really boring, which is kind of funny.
See, everyone's always talking about what movies they walked out on, but at least movies that you walk out on, at least you stayed awake for. Like, what movies has anyone ever fallen asleep on?
There are 3 movies that I've fallen asleep in theaters. One of them was called Awake. I'm not. It's not even a joke. And when I woke up, I was so content with the irony. I was so happy. The other one was Free Willy, and I was a very small child. So that's just from my parents' account, I guess. And the other one was Ben Affleck's The Town.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And those are the 3 movies I've actually fallen asleep in the theater for. And like woke, like not just like and like got myself awake again. I mean like fell asleep through like the whole movie essentially. Like fell asleep in the first half an hour and then woke up at the credits.
Well, I wouldn't say like any of those. Maybe at the end of Free Willy or something. I haven't seen The Town, but they're not really very loud movies or anything like that. So it certainly would support.
Yeah.
I think there's some sort of violence in The Town.
There is actually. I mean,
Awake is like kind of a horror movie.
I don't think I've even heard about it.
Oh my god, it had Jessica Alba and Hayden Christensen, I think.
Oh my god, I need to see this.
Awake.
Our
And so the
couple.
entire concept,
I remember that. Yeah.
the entire concept was like, yo, people
30
go
for your Metacritic.
under anesthetic for surgery, and when you have surgery and they operate on you, you get put to sleep. But what if you went under and you could still feel everything and you were awake, and it was like, oh no, I'm still awake, but the doctors don't know you're awake. It was like one of those stupid, like, this could happen to you kind of plot scenarios.
Trying
so
very
bad.
hard to
33
write-
Metascore. That's appropriate.
Yeah.
The story focuses on a man who suffers anesthetic awareness and finds himself awake and aware but paralyzed during heart surgery. His mother must wrestle with her own demons as a turn of events unfolds around them, while trying to unfold the story hidden behind her son's young wife. And if I remember correctly, there's some stupid twist about something where, like, near the end, it's like you were put under for a reason or some. I don't remember. Obviously, I don't remember that well because I fell asleep through most of it. But
See, at least Saw did that for one scene, and then it was like gone. That's it. Instead of a 90-minute movie.
At least that was kind of funny.
I enjoyed sleeping through Awake. I don't regret that.
Okay, so the Metascore for this piece of shit movie you're describing is 33, and the Metascore for Twin Peaks film is 28. What the fuck?
Which Twin Peaks film?
The Twin Peaks film. This is
Firewalk with Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Fucking
well. Okay,
28
no. You can't compare. You can't compare Metascores or Rotten Tomatoes ratings of any film that had a release date before like 2010.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You're not getting an accurate representation, because if it's before the website existed, then the only reviews that are going to exist for those are from like 10 reviewers that decided to go back and revisit it instead of the hundreds plus that review the film on its release date. You're never going to get an accurate, because that's what people do that all the fucking time, and they're like, ooh, look, this movie was rated worse than The Room on Metacritic. But it's like it's not a fair comparison, because if The Room was released, if The Room was released at the same time but Metacritic existed before the release of The Room, then the ratings would be very different. The Room would probably be rated even lower, because a lot of people are revisiting it for like ironic purposes and shit. So yeah, never try to compare ratings for like aggregated review publication websites if the film existed before the website even existed.
I think a good baseline review for any movie would be as if you fell asleep during it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the best way to kind of get a sense of whether an old movie is good or not is just to look at Ebert's review, I guess. He's got a pretty good, like, I don't know what to say, but like a catalog of old reviews, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like midnight here, and English is not my first language, so.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
I mean, there's also a lot of older Ebert reviews that can be way off. Like Ebert was a huge, he hated so much of the slasher genre.
There's
totally
a million reviews you can find of Ebert's that are just like not well informed.
It's a personal opinion. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, if he doesn't like slasher movies, he doesn't like slasher movies. It's kind of
fucking.
Yeah, you could go through most of the horror in the 80s and then conclude, if you just go by Ebert's review, that it's just all bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a sci-fi fan, so I mean, I would
even
never
if you go beyond that, Ebert loved the director of the Death at a Funeral remake so much that he gave it 2 thumbs up and said it's better than the original.
Oh my god!
And not only that, same director. Let me just remember the title of the film. Same director. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the director of The Wicker Man. He directed Lakeview Terrace. So literally just Samuel L. Jackson and Patrick Wilson arguing at each other, and like really shitty, forced, terrible presentation. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. And if you read into his review of it, I love the guy, and he's articulated many fascinating things and ways to describe movies that I love, and like every review of like every Hanukkah film that I've read, it's like he says what I'm thinking perfectly and brings to light a lot of new ways of looking at the film. But every once in a while, for something that Roger Ebert had written on the internet, like his Lakeview Terrace review, every once in a while there's something where it's like I read the entire like 4 paragraphs and it's like you didn't really defend it at all. Like you really just kind of used a lot of words and bullshitted around and made it into a review format without really defending the film. Like you can talk about tone, but that's not really that's not really a plus on presentation just by repeating words used to describe tone, you know? So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm always
I hate a Taste of Cherry. I haven't seen that yet, but I love Abbas Kiarostami. So
Taste of Cherry is great.
yeah, that's what everybody says. It won the Palme d'Or too. So who knows? Maybe I'll hate it too. But he gave it like literally like 0 stars. Like he gave it an awful, scathing review.
Someone in the chat also mentioned that he gave Awake 3 out of 4 stars. I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's
there's a
true,
million examples of like.
I'm always so
giving something way too much credit or not enough credit. But then again, it's all subjective. People would say the exact same thing about me.
I'm always very, like, I'd say disappointed, but Patrick Wilson always seems like a very hit and miss.
Yeah.
It's more disheartening for me because he's a personal friend of the family. So he's made some really, my sister studies with his mom. His dad, Dave Wilson, is the main reporter for Fox 13 here. And I've been in a couple theatrical performances with him when I was very young and he was in the middle of his career. And he's just like a hometown star. And I know how gifted he is. So when he chooses stuff like A Gifted Man or Space Station 76, I'm just like, come on, man. Patrick, you were Owl Man. You did Fargo.
You know what? I guess it all really just depends on what he views it as. Because, I mean, of course he would never be able to say something like this publicly. But perhaps he looks at those films and is like, yeah, it was schlock, but I got paid for it and it was fun and I enjoyed working. You know, like... Who knows what he thinks of those roles? Like someone like Johnny Depp has just come out and said like, I don't care if I'm in a bad movie. I'm doing it to pay the bills. Like he literally just says that like I'm not looking for good roles.
When DC comes to you and says, "Hey, you want to be the voice of the POTUS in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice?" You don't say, "That looks horrible. No, I'm not gonna." You say, "Yes."
Mm-hmm.
$10,000 paycheck for a voiceover? Yes.
Oh, speaking of DC, I think Brian Wilson's playing in the Aquaman movie, isn't he? Yeah, apparently he's playing the villain. Oh shit.
You mean Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, he's playing Ocean Master.
Okay, that's who we were talking about. Who did you say?
Patrick Wilson.
No, before. Never mind.
Holy shit, Dolph Lundgren is in Aquaman.
Yes, he is.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
And Willem Dafoe.
You know, it's so commonplace now to see like all these name actors get swallowed up by the Marvel machine.
Yeah.
It was interesting when it was not commonplace, you know. Like Tilda Swinton's in there somewhere now, isn't she? Let's see.
She was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's what she was in. Oh yeah,
she was the bald lady.
Yeah. Oh my god, Isle of Dogs is coming out 2018.
Oh yeah, that was on
IMDb. Suspiria is getting a remake. I haven't seen the original though.
Huh.
I don't know if I've actually seen an Argento film yet. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Suspiria is getting remade by the director of I Am Love. So that actually could be maybe good. Fuck. Which one do I watch? Probably the original. But I like this director. Jesus. What am I going to do?
Who was it?
The original one's got some dope music, as much as I remember from it.
Yeah, I saw a bigger splash for my 2015 list, and I almost liked it enough to consider it, but there were a couple of things wrong with it. Like the directing, he's a really interesting director. I really like his style, honestly. There's a lot of cool stuff that he did. Luca Guadagnino, the director of I Am Love. So he's doing the remake.
Luca Guadagnino.
Yes.
Guadagnino.
Thank you. I'm trying. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even know he was doing that. Fuck.
Mm.
2017 is going to be like nuts for film anyway.
Yeah,
Do
there's
you,
been
do
a
you
lot
know?
of.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Do you
No,
know that? Oh,
You can figure it out.
Did you see the trailer for Bong Joon-ho's new movie?
No, I didn't, and I don't want to. Because I'm going
Yeah.
to watch it anyway.
It doesn't really give anything away, but I don't think you should watch it. It looks
Yeah,
good.
I won't watch it.
Fair enough.
Well, I'll watch the movie. I won't watch the trailer.
It looks interesting. Like,
Yeah, it looks way different than anything he's done before.
the CGI is kind of weird, but I don't know. He did the
Yeah,
same
who
thing in
knows?
The Host.
Who
It'll
knows?
be good. It'll be good.
I mean, Snowpiercer was good and all, but I just didn't think it was great. Whereas every other film he's made, I thought was great. So,
Have you seen
Did he make
Memories
the
of Murder yet?
vampire movie
sorry, what?
first?
Hmm?
Make first. Oh no, that was the other guy. Sorry. You can talk now.
Okay, so I just wanted to know if you've seen Memories of Murder yet, speaking of his movies.
Yes, I've seen it like 3 times. It's great.
Ooh, nice.
Alien Drone wanted to ask something earlier.
yes. I want to ask you. Do you know that David Ayer is directing the remake of the Scarface? Another remake.
Oh, there's a remake of Scarface now again.
What?
Yeah,
I saw a
earlier.
headline for that.
David Ayer's not good. I didn't like. Fury wasn't good. Fury wasn't like.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a great movie.
But Suicide
Oh.
Squad was.
Well, yeah, one of them won an Oscar. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Fuck you, Adam, for having shit taste.
Oh Jesus! What the hell is happening? The Coen brothers are listed as help writing on the screenplay for
Yes.
Scarface.
That's
Coen
it.
Brothers right about
But yeah, they. I think they get their names attached to a lot of screenplays that are
'cause
not
they-
necessarily
and
behind.
Unbroken.
Yeah,
I
what
will
was the
say
other
that-
one? Bridge
say
of
that-
Spies.
I
Oh
think they
yeah.
broke
Yeah.
it. They did something with it.
Yeah, he did something with it. They're the Coen brothers, but yeah, I mean they can't. Yeah,
Are they still remaking Memento?
that's a good question because I remember I heard about that.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
think it was like an idea, but I don't know how serious it was. Let's see. Like, I don't know if it actually.
Like I
God.
don't even think it was like that they were remaking it. I just heard that somebody bought the rights, and that was it.
I heard that it was getting a remake, but I don't know.
That's, I think it's kind of just a rumor that got blown up.
Yeah, it doesn't even have like a director on IMDb, so
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
even
we
have
might
a.
be in the clear. We might be in
just-
the clear.
Yeah, I was just like,
Thank
what would you
God.
do with something like that? I mean, I understand remaking Cabin Fever to try and make, the other film seem less bad by comparison, but why remake Memento?
There's a
Obviously, but-
significant amount of people in Hollywood that look at a successful IP and don't know why it got successful in the first place and think like, oh yeah, it's because it was about a guy with memory loss that wanted to find his wife, and people really liked the story, and it was like the surface level interpretation of what the film would be is what they think that made it successful, when in reality it's like the success of the film was brought on from its presentation, like the intricate black and white versus color scenes, one moving forward, one moving backward, and meeting up, and like it was a very smart, cleverly presented film. And somehow I think that a remake would not do it justice, and it happens every single fucking time there's a remake of a good movie. It's like everything that made it special, the director's like, no,
It's like
we can tell the same story without that, but it's like, why even remake it? You're not making it like, what is the point?
Well, it's like they
just make
look at
another movie. Fuck off.
they look at the cliff notes or the IMDb synopsis or like a trailer for it, and it's like, that's
nothing
why.
about what made the first movie special. Thanks a lot, Spike Lee. Go fuck yourself with Old Boy. Like, What a turd.
Oh, Spike Lee.
So all over the place.
Spike
I will
Lee's
say
old
one
boy.
thing. The tank fight scene in Fury was grand. I loved it. That was the
parts
only
of Fury that were like all right.
Yeah, that scene
As a whole, it was just.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I watched through to the end. I
Yeah.
can say
Oh
that.
well, yeah. That was a really lackluster ending too. Like just really bland and cookie cutter for the big hoorah at the end. But I really felt like that tank scene recaptured what made the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan so intense, and that's hard to do. But it did remind me why I don't like Brad Pitt as an actor.
Yeah. I don't hate him. He just doesn't try most of the time.
Exactly.
He plays Brad Pitt.
Yeah, if we got another 12 Monkeys Brad Pitt or
Fight Club.
Troy.
Fight Club, he was still kind of playing Brad Pitt.
He was
but
kind of Brad Pitt, but he was kind of
I
eccentric.
just want to see him play another character is all I want.
I think like he got close to being vulnerable in The Mexican. Close. But still, it's like he can't understand how a vulnerable person feels. Like he has a very big trouble.
I wonder what
being
kind of upbringing he had.
Yeah, I mean,
let's dig into his personal life.
I mean, the whole thing. I like watched Benjamin Button, and I just saw like he was just kind of being Brad Pitt while the world revolved around him, and that definitely it disturbs me when an actor cannot get vulnerability, and at least a bunch of people say that they're one of the best actors, but you got people like oh fuck, what's his name? Really famous actor, Shining.
Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson. That's a guy who does one character really, really well. Like he does Nicholson very well. And it's really entertaining to watch.
Well, yeah, the range of emotion from that character and how
exactly.
Like it's something that takes some sort of skill to imitate in the first place,
Yeah. When Brad Pitt goes up there, when he has his one character,
Jerry Lane,
like he can't expand upon it.
Fuck, we're gonna see Jerry Lane Part 2 with David Fincher.
Oh no!
I'm actually kind of excited.
World War Z.
Why not just call it World War II?
That would be about World War II.
I tried.
Yeah, that's all right. I live with Mark.
Is David Fincher confirmed?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Jesus Christ.
This shock.
That's so weird.
Maybe he lost it
now, I mean, if there was any debate over whether or not I was seeing it before, now I have to.
I don't think David Fincher's gonna take any more studio crap. Not after Alien.
What?
Like studio crap, like
maybe
rights and crap. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, we all knew that they wouldn't bring back the director from the first one because that was a production nightmare, and like by all logic, it should have been like the biggest flop, but it turned out to be the most successful movie of Brad Pitt's career. However that happened, yeah, I mean, it's the most successful zombie film ever made somehow, and of course they would make a sequel. I'm just confused. I'm not confused as to why the studio would want David Fincher. I'm confused as to why David Fincher would want World War Z 2. Because I mean,
really?
like, that implies that he thinks that maybe something could be done with it to make it not shit.
Wait, so World War Z, even taking in inflation, was the most successful zombie movie of all time?
Let's look it up. I believe it was.
It was. Yes.
Wow.
Well, you can look it up. I
mean,
already know.
Damn, we laughed our ass off at that movie.
It's
I thought it was okay for entertainment value, but not much else.
It's hilarious.
Like, David Fincher is going to have to pick pick up from a world where the zombies can tell if you have a life-threatening disease by looking at you from like 50 feet away and decide whether or not they actually want to chase you over it.
If they don't include the teeth zombie, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh yeah. Something that is cool though is that, especially since it's David Fincher, I think they're gonna give him a lot more free range, and the studio's not gonna fuck him as much.
This is why I'm confused, because if David Fincher wants a zombie movie or even a Brad Pitt zombie movie, I'm okay with that. But when you start, when the first film set up a universe that implodes upon itself as soon as you start thinking about it, I'm just wondering why he would take that, because I mean, best case scenario, the film can start up and just be like almost like Evil Dead 2, like here's a recap of the first film, but when they show it, it's like not what happened in the first film. They're like, yeah, this is we're continuing off of a similar story that happened. So just accept this timeline. And we'll see where it goes from there. Who knows?
I'd be very surprised if Brad Pitt decided to sign on for another one, with considering how much animosity he had with the director.
Maybe he signed up
it's a new director
with one condition, to get David Fincher.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they
It'd be
weren't
kind
going to
of
get
funny if like Jerry Lane does a complete 180 and suddenly Brad Pitt starts giving a shit and starts acting. That'd be kind of funny.
Because he has Fincher with him.
Exactly.
And maybe Fincher's just like, oh well, I can collect this one paycheck and then make a really good movie again.
When it didn't really seem like World War Z was going to go anywhere after the ending anyway, so I'm sure everyone else is just as surprised.
If I was tasked with picking up from where that left off, I think, based on the rules that the universe presented, I would start out the next movie with like, people are living in paradise and no one gets sick anymore because we have like you go to the doctor and instead of a doctor, it's literally just a zombie behind a glass. And if it tries to bite you, then you're like, I know I've got something. And then it's the easiest way to like screen for cancer or AIDS or anything. And like all human disease is just eradicated because we have farmed these zombies.
Like,
and we
shit, I think I have a cold. Is it a cold or is it viral, or do I need to know?
I don't know. What's
antibiotic, dude?
The question is like, what's the threshold for the disease that you have to have for the zombie not to be interested? Because if you had a common cold and it still wanted you, then where's the space between cold and AIDS?
I mean, it would be and also be like, well, the zombie test came back. We're not sure.
Like,
either
what if
you
you had
have
the flu?
pink eye or you have AIDS.
Like, if you have the flu, that's not.
He clicked his teeth once. So,
like, a common cold can be life-threatening.
I mean, like pneumonia, or what is it? Diarrhea used to be life-threatening.
I mean, if you don't seek medical attention, and I mean, if we're gonna even go that route, I mean, like, AIDS isn't life-threatening anymore with medication. So what are the factors that come into play here that determine whether or not a zombie wants to nibble you?
I think I get it. If she weighs the same as a duck, she's made of wood, and therefore,
no. I'm trying to remember what that's from.
Holy Grail, Monty
Python.
Python.
Yeah.
What did you think of that
Monty
movie?
Python-esque in its.
It's a witch.
But I just couldn't remember what it was.
She's a zombie.
I haven't seen that in a while. I got it on Blu-ray recently, and I want to watch it again.
I know you rated it an 8 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Or okay, I can tell you the World War Z movie is going to be same situation from the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, and it's going to be another person's story. That's it.
But here's the kicker, though. This is a studio film. This is a studio film, and the only reason this is a sequel, the only reason they're making it is to make money. would the studio not heavily believe that the only reason, or part of the only reason, that the first film made money is because Brad Pitt starred in it? How could they? How could they seriously make a World War Z sequel without Brad Pitt? Because Brad Pitt was the selling point. If Brad Pitt wasn't in it, nobody would have seen it. Nobody was going to go like, "Oh yeah, World War Z. I want to see this."
I don't necessarily
Brad
think
Pitt
it was exactly Brad Pitt. I think it was just that it was
Definitely
a
Brad Pitt.
mainstream horror zombie movie with an A-list celebrity in it. That's what I.
Well, it was Brad Pitt particularly. I mean, Will Smith, maybe if it was made in 2006, would have had the same results when he was at the top of his game or something.
Yeah,
but
I just think if they get another A-lister, people will go and see it.
it was literally the selling point of the movie was like, it's zombies with Brad Pitt. It's
So there's
zombies in a zombie movie with Brad Pitt. That was the whole thing. So to try and recreate that without one of the key ingredients, and I mean, like, this is no longer in the territory of like, oh yeah, everything that made the first movie special. This is like Studio 101. These are like the basic surface level elements that they think about and talk about in their boardroom meetings, because they don't really know how to make a movie, right? They talk about who to have as the star in the movie because they know how that works marketing wise. So how could they not is the real question. How could they not have Brad Pitt in World War Z 2? Maybe they'll surprise me, because I didn't think David Fincher would be involved. So
I think Charlie Bro has a point. If it was any other like A-list star at that time, it was cast instead of Brad Pitt, it would have made probably the same amount of money. So even if they didn't have Brad Pitt in the second one, they could just get like Chris Pratt or something, and it would make.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Chris Pratt would do it, although he's like more comedically centered. So I don't think that would be the tone that people wanted. Even if he gave it his all and did nothing different than Brad Pitt did, I don't think people would be as interested. They'd be like, I don't want to see like comedic PG-13 zombies, even though that's basically what the first one was.
We could just get Chris Pratt to play the teeth zombie.
Yeah.
Although I think a serious Chris Pratt would be really bland, like really bland.
Yeah.
Well, that's the real question: is like people all went to go see the first World War Z because of Brad Pitt. The question is, like, do people still remember it as? I mean, it's certainly the Brad Pitt zombie movie, but does really anyone remember anything Brad Pitt did in that movie?
You know, the movie as a whole was just a fucking flavor of the month, man. It was really it's like nobody is rewatching World War Z right now. Like if we're looking at like the numbers on like my review, it's not really all that high up for like a YMS review over given that amount of time.
I haven't watched it
for like a horror movie or whatever, especially. I don't think that there's a lot of traffic on the film, but people are excited and there's news about a sequel, obviously, because everybody remembers it. But I don't think a lot of people are remembering it like they want to see it again or anything. Like people liked it, but they didn't love it. People watched it and were like, yeah, it was good.
I would think that people would really mostly remember the trailer scenes, water zombies and whatnot. A sea of zombies.
I hate it. I don't like
Just
it.
like it's a water texture, but applied zombie body to it.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is dumb.
I mean,
it's like it doesn't look real.
There is
Somehow
one
it sold
image
the movie.
in the entire movie that sticks out of my head. It's right after the plane crash, when they crash in Wales, and Brad Pitt like the whole plane is cut in half. And everything is just carnage, but Brad Pitt is still sitting in his airline seat, completely untouched, with this broken, shredded plane all around him.
Oh
yeah.
Them seatbelts.
They both survived.
Oh, love it.
There was like two of them in the plane. And they both survived.
Yeah. She comes crawling out of the. There's like, I don't even remember.
Charlie, that is correct. In the comments, I was asked by other furry YouTubers if I wanted to join their panel, and so I was like, sure. So I'm gonna do it, and we'll see how that goes. I have never met any of them. I've only seen like a couple of their channels. But yeah, fuck it. It takes like an hour of my time, and it's a convention I'm going to anyway, so I'll have fun. I'll probably be drunk. Just
Where is
FYI.
the convention?
It's in Reno.
Mm.
It's Reno. So yeah, that's my plan.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna refill a drink. I'll be right back. Just a second.
Okay.
While Adam's off, I should point out that if you search his name on YouTube, one of the first results is a news article that reads, "How Adam Johnson groomed a schoolgirl."
Is that for real?
What?
Is that for
Oh
real?
yeah.
Is Mark Is Mark the schoolgirl?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or really, freaking this iPad is so freaking slow. It's like an iPad 2 that's like never been updated. But no, it's.
But then again, that isn't that the soccer player that also is named Adam Johnson?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Guy
Yeah.
news. But
Yeah, I'm not getting it up searching for Adam Johnston.
Yeah.
If you search Adam Johnson, it's that football who's groomed a schoolgirl.
Mhm.
yeah. Or this one that says Adam Johnson says he wished he are star her in this shocking video.
Mhm.
Let's pretend it's Adam Johnston.
Yeah.
Well, there's something wrong with that. It says girl instead of baby boy.
Baby boy. There he is.
There he is.
The schoolgirl groomer.
Oh my god.
Hey, we were just talking about you raping little girls. How are you?
Oh my god.
Who told you?
I knew it. He's
YouTube.
just pretending to be gay this whole time.
Yes.
Exactly. It's just a way to hide from the police.
A-hole in the comments section. Not calling you an a-hole. Good bet that's your name. This will all be public information in about a month, so not going to talk about it until then. Just stay tuned. It'll be very, very juicy. I decided I would be like the Ken from Unfriended and bring my blender to the computer.
Put your hand in the blender.
Except it's not salsa.
Yeah.
It's a smoothie.
I did think about the implications of what you'd have to have in your room to properly use a blender or for it to be necessary.
It looked like he was living in a dump.
Right?
And I mean, the way they filmed it, it was all literally in one house. They literally just like
rented a house.
put them in a different room.
Mm.
There's just so much trash in his room.
It's like
I think they just kept everybody's shit in Ken's room.
I'm a tree.
I could just see like there's like scripts in the background and like lighting and a couple spare cameras and
Unfriended. One of the greatest films ever made. I wonder if the sequel is still happening. Knowing James Blum.
For how cheap it was.
Jason Blum, that's who I was talking about.
We should do the sequel right now.
Oh shit, we can do that!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah!
Get out the shark suit.
Oh no!
Get out the shark suit.
Oh no,
If
sure.
I actually had a heart attack and die, I'm not joking. I would never joke about that. if I am having some sort of medical issue and I fall over, I would never joke about that, by the way. Just FYI. I know it's so weird. I don't understand people that do that shit. Because then it's like if you actually need help, then
Yeah, no one's gonna trust you.
like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Why are my torrents not deleting?
Can you imagine if we get like Unfriended 2 directed by like Roman Polanski or something? Just a big art
Now I'm
director.
curious about what he's doing.
I actually watched a movie of his today, which was really good.
Let's see.
He's doing. I watched his filmography earlier. He's doing something.
Yeah, he's always kind of doing shit. His newest film is called Based on a True Story. Oh, with Olivier Assayas, or whatever his name is. Assayas.
Oh, you're
helping with the screenplay. This should be interesting. Well, I'll watch list it. I've never enjoyed a single Olivier Assayas movie, but whatever.
Have you seen Demon Lover?
No, but I'll look it up.
I heard about it, but I was curious about the plot of it. It sounds
Basically my sex life.
yeah, but it I don't know if it's any.
Is it the 1977 movie that has a 3.6 rating on IMDb?
No, it's a
195
2002 film.
Demon Lover?
By SAS.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, all one word. Weird.
5.8. Isn't very promising.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't understand why people love Clouds of Suspiria and Personal Shopper. I'm struggling
That's
to
something
understand what made those films like award worthy.
Kristen Stewart is not talented.
She didn't act any differently than like Twilight. Did she deserve an award then? Like, did she deserve the French Academy Award for Twilight? Because she didn't act any differently in Clouds of Suspiria. I'm struggling to understand it.
To your point earlier, would IMDb scores be, like you were saying how Metacritic, when it's not made before 2010, it's unreliable, wouldn't be the same for IMDb scores?
Here's what I'll say about IMDb scores. There are discrepancies past, let's say, like 2008, where I would say 2008, because that's when I first started noticing it. When like suddenly The Dark Knight was literally this like fourth best movie ever made on the top 250. That's when it was clear that like the general public had started using IMDb. I mean, all I've got to say about that is like now that it's being seen as such a powerful tool to promote a film and to gauge public interest before watching something, now we have to worry about first of all corporate interest and like bot ratings, but second, the shit that I was talking about in my Suicide Squad review, where fanboys will rate the movie what they want it to be before it's actually out, you know? And so you have to, for IMDb, it's a little bit more complicated. But what I would say about it is you just have to be aware of all potential factors going into a film. So if we look at a couple different like random IMDb pages, I always feel like there's no set rule for like, oh yeah, if it's rated 7.4 or like 5.0 or whatever, like that doesn't matter. You have to consider many, many different factors. So if I look at something like
Demon Lover,
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, fresh in theaters, it's a Marvel movie, has a huge fan base behind it. It's a sequel, like super huge, like any sort of hype town movie that people really want to be good, especially if the target demographic is nerd bros, then you have to be wary of like overinflation. So that falls into that category. So when I see the 8.1, I'm thinking like, okay, well, if this was like an 8.1 movie independently of those factors, then their ratings would have brought this up to like a 9.3, you know? So I have to imagine like if this is an 8.1 and there's hundreds of thousands of Marvel fans that will rate it a 10 no matter what they see, then clearly the movie isn't like, it's not like a 7 or an 8. It's probably closer to a 5 or a 6 sort of thing. And also, luckily enough, IMDb includes the little Metascore link underneath. So that's another thing to be conscious of is user score versus Metascore. So there's that. And then so if you look at I'm trying to think of some good examples. Let me just look on a couple of my lists that I have. So if we look at a film like, let's see, what is Anomalisa? It's a 7.2. The Metascore is 88. So usually I find it to be like a pretty good sign if it's like a moderately successful film, like not a huge, like overblown out Marvel, like everybody will rate it before they've seen it movie. If it's like a moderate sort of range for marketing, and if it has a Metascore that's like in the 80s or higher, even if the IMDb user rating is like 7 point something or even like 6 point something, I would chalk that up to like, okay, so this is going to be a film where like it's probably good. It might be amazing. It might be like really good. It might just be okay or good. But there's probably something within this film or aspects to it that are a little unconventional, that might put off the average viewer. That's usually what happens when the user score on IMDb is like a lot lower than the critic score. Because it's not like critics are like better people or anything. It's not like the Metacritic scores are from people with better taste, but they're from people that watch movies for a living. So unconventional directions that a story could go or that it could be presented in are less likely to negatively affect someone who is a critic on Metacritic than the average person who is just looking to watch a film from popcorn, or they saw that it won Best Picture or something like that. So yeah, those are two different crowds. So it's important to understand like what kind of what kind of ratings are coming from each crowd. And then I just want to also point out, like, there's some movies every once in a while where like the Metacritic is like super, super high and the user rating super, super high. Let's see, I think Moonlight might have been one of those. Although I think it's probably gone down now that it's won Best Picture, or at least the user rating. Yeah, it's a 7.5 and a 99 Metascore. So that obviously good sign there. Yeah, you have to be aware of how many user ratings it's had. Because if let's say it's over 20,000 IMDb ratings, then you have to assume, especially if it's a recent film, you have to assume that like the general public that might not be looking for like artsy films have probably gotten to it by that point. And so you have to like consider that within your ratings for expectations. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, and sorry, you go on ahead.
I was saying the same thing happened with the movie Birdman. Like,
oh yeah, the rating was so much better before it won Best Picture.
Like overnight.
Have you checked out the Amazon ratings? They're so funny. They're so funny. Please. Oh my god. Just go, whenever you're bored, just go on Amazon and look at the Blu-ray ratings for Birdman. It's literally just a bunch of like middle America that were like, what is this crap? Like, I thought this was going to be a superhero movie without like understanding the irony of reacting in that way to Birdman specifically while the film is making that point. I love it. It's so funny. Yeah, and then let's see.
Zach Galifianakis wasn't funny at all.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, a lot of things to look forward to this year.
Well, I guess, like, you know, the funny thing is that even with stuff like Metacritic and IMDb, by your not admission, but analysis, you know, we're viewing movies and rating movies, or at least determining whether we should go watch them the same way we have since the beginning, which is we take a bunch of critics as well as popular opinion and compare compare the averages and the average opinion between them and make a decision on whether we go. We cannot, and even with Metacritic and IMDb giving us an exact score of telling us whether, you know, it's worth it or not, we're still relying on the same way we've done it since the beginning.
You have to. It all has to be like an assessment of how you usually compare to other sources given certain factors, depending on, you know, each film, you know. So I've seen ratings from other YouTube critics and stuff like that, and I'm buddies with Chris Stuckman, but I know that like if he walks out of a movie saying like, I thought it was pretty good, and he wasn't wowed by it, I'm probably not gonna like it. Like I know that much. Like if take whatever rating he gives a movie and then lower it by like 2 or 3 points, and then you'd probably have my rating on most films. Is like usually how it works.
I have to read the review from Amazon.
There isn't a lot that I really like that he doesn't like. Like that's very hard. I think that would be very hard to find. I think I'm just a more negative person.
I think he gave Personal Shopper like an A- or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he liked it. Maybe I'll have a conversation with him someday about it.
I will say,
What the
I
fuck?
think he also liked Clouds of Suspiria. But again, like I said earlier, like a lot of people love that director and his movies, but I'm struggling to understand why. And even when I made my video on Clouds of Suspiria and destroyed it for like 8 minutes, there's still everybody in the comments section going like, Adam, you just didn't understand it.
well,
No one's been able to articulate it in a way that I've understood, though. I really want to know why. Sorry, what? I kind of interrupted you.
No. There's one thing that I really I value your opinion even a little bit more now, because you said because there's so many critics on YouTube that will say I just didn't like it, not because I'm a little bit more of a negative person, but they say, well, I have a much more critical opinion. And I think I respect you a little bit more because you're like, I'm just a little bit more of a negative person when it comes to movies. Not my opinion's much more critical and much more analytical than.
Yeah, I guess it depends how you're going to define critical. Because if you define critical as a synonym for analytical, then it becomes a little bit pompous.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're saying critical as like a synonym for like
my
demanding,
my
or like
opinion
threshold. Because I'm kind of saying that,
my opinions
but in a way where it's like, I don't know, it makes sense. I don't know. Just lost my train of thought. Ugh.
Well, on that note, I just want to say that I gotta go now. I gotta get some sleep.
All right,
Take
thank you
care,
so much for
friendo.
joining.
Take care.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Hi, though.
Yeah,
That
I
was
kind of just felt a little weird. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Derby.
Take care. What a fucking faggot, am I right? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well,
Oh my god.
What a
Fuck
nerd!
yeah, literally. I mean,
Exactly. Ugh, Jesus.
you are literally correct there. He is a
Although-
But he has Katy Perry records on vinyl.
I mean, exactly.
You
Ugh.
don't? Jeez, what a plus.
That's a joke. I have every Katy Perry record on vinyl.
Good
Exactly.
man.
Those were not.
I'm not
lying.
even.
I think what everyone should take away from this is that we all need to go and mass unsubscribe to Chris Stuckman and call him a fag on Twitter.
Wait, who's Chris Stuckman?
The Mr. Critic Man.
And I'm sure that you need to just put in a comment, Adam sent me, unsub.
That'll do.
What the fuck?
Great
What the
things
fuck,
in our
Adam?
relationship.
What did I do to you?
Just kidding, Chris. You're
Holy shit, I just noticed you have a
I'm
cold
back.
cat shirt. Oh my god. Hello, Adam.
Hi.
Okay, dude.
I don't know. I might have to go to the doctor.
Ooh.
Also,
An
I
ambulance.
passed
It's
out for
getting
a
really
second.
bad.
Yeah.
Is your chest
Yeah.
again?
Oh dear.
Well, I didn't feel like a sharp pain again, but I just like, I don't know, feeling like really like low energy and yeah, I kind of like drifted for a second. Kind of
I
feeling
think the
like
scientific name for that is
I'm
death.
good.
Well,
I told Mark.
I'm gonna open up
Just oh, thank you, Mark.
because I mean, like, there's like nothing anyone has done wrong apart from the people who built this house. But there's no fucking out of all the rooms in this house, there's no.
Yeah.
circulation.
There's no air going through this room, really. I'll leave the door open in the window.
Well, if you're gonna pass out, dude, then just let us know and we'll call 911. Or sorry, whatever it is in Canada.
Mark, Mark will leave a tab open with the screen, so he'll find out within a 20-second to minute if I have some sort of medical issue. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's like a clinic that I can go to, but obviously I won't say where I'm looking on my phone. It's Saturday, so everything closes like super early.
Yeah, it'd be like an emergency walk-in clinic or something.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what kind of places would be open long enough. Oh, it looks like I found something. I'll give him a call when we're done the hangout and see if I can take a cab somewhere.
You know who I was interested to see, or I was very surprised to see in the lineup in another movie, was Halle Berry in Kidnap. I hadn't seen her in forever.
Oh, when did you find out about that movie?
I just saw it pop up on a site that I cannot mention.
Oh dear.
Because I saw the trailer a while back, and I really want to see it because it looks hilarious.
Right?
I saw the trailer.
So I'm gonna leave an IMDb tab open, and we're gonna see.
It's just so weird that Halle Berry popped right back up again.
Wow. I mean, let's see what else she was doing. Let's see. Kidnap. Oh, well, no, it's not even in theaters yet. Oh, interesting.
No, it's not. And it's, the same thing with Kill Switch. It's not in theaters yet, and yet.
I catch your drift. Kill Switch. Let's see what this is.
It's bad.
The IMDb.
It's bad.
Kill Switch.
It seems like
I don't even. Oh, 2 words.
Yeah, it's half third person, half first person. It seems like a sci-fi channel movie with a budget. Pretty much. The acting, the presentation. It's no hardcore Henry.
Directed by Tim Smith. Not Smith. Smith.
Yep, his first movie.
Tim Smith.
His first movie ever. Which is funny because the trailer says from visionary director Tim Schmidt.
Visionary is a
visionary.
Because
he mentions himself being a director.
He has vision. He isn't blind. Therefore, he is a visionary.
Works for me. It's enough for a trailer. It's enough for me.
Yeah, he has a vision. It's not a good vision, but
exactly.
He visions one movie.
Dan Stevens is in it. Has he done anything good?
He just always seems to pick bad stuff.
The guy from The Guest. It's just.
You know what I was thinking yesterday? I saw a tweet from Evan Breen. If you know who that is, he did those. He does those like. He was big on Vine, and he's one of few people that I could say that and still like. And he has a YouTube channel that's really good, and it's literally just a lot of 7 seconds to like 3-minute long skits of him playing multiple characters and just like turning around his camera phone or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of looks like a turtle or a bird. He's got blonde hair, and he lives in LA, and one of his videos was called like Death, and he played his mom and himself and his dad, and they all had this weird conversation. You should just watch it, but I don't know. He's got a great channel, and I saw him post a tweet saying he was like hanging out with Ethan Klein, and so this idea just popped into my head. Like, I know he's like a YouTube kind of personality, and there's no real production value that goes into his videos other than just his performances, but he seems like somebody that would work really well in a comedy movie. Like if let's say somebody wrote a comedy film for him and got to him before like the really bad writers, if somebody made like a Noah Baumbach film for him, or like a Wes Anderson film or something for him, or or maybe a I don't know, like a Edgar Wright film, or, you know, just like a good comedy film, I think he could flourish in that, in performance-wise. He's got a very easily likable presentation.
He reminds me a lot of John Roberts, who's Linda from Bob's Burgers. At least when John Roberts had his own YouTube channel, and he did those kind of things where he played like an LA obsessive mom or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he reminds me of a white Eric Andre, which is weird.
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
Yeah, I don't. It just pops into my head. I don't even know why.
Eric Andre is almost white.
I guess.
He's half Jewish, so.
Yeah.
He's got really straight hair, which is funny.
All of the elites are somewhat Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I don't know.
The 5 Jew bankers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What's weird about like anti-Semitism, like the whole "oh my God, the Jews are controlling the media" is like, I don't know. If you seriously did the math and found out that like every single successful person in media, you know, entertainment was Jewish, like literally every single one, I don't think that matters. Like, so what? Like there's, you know, like genes play a part in tons of different personality traits. What if they just have a gene of being really funny, good entertainers? You know, there's a lot of Jewish comedians. I don't see anything wrong with that. What if they're just naturally good business people? Sorry, what?
I was going to say, I think it might have to do with the culture, at least in media. Maybe the culture of Judaism promotes arts better than other cultures, so that those kids, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who really knows? Because I don't know. Like, you can only really look at the statistics after the fact. I just think it's a little fucking stupid and nutty to pull the whole like Alex Jones conclusion from it, you know.
Well, no,
that's like, it's mind control, but it's like, then you're basically just admitting that you don't have free will and that you don't make your decisions independently of other people, right? It's like, it doesn't really matter what someone's saying in the media, because what I do with my own life is not dependent on what I get in the media, you know? Like, it's not like, sure, there's some sort of influence in some way, but I'm not gonna, like, you know, the whole mindset of like Lady Gaga's teaching kids to be satanic and shit. Like, I don't know. You can look at a million examples of kids that were raised in Christian, super restrictive households that weren't allowed to see any of that shit, sent to like a Christian private school, and then came out worse than the rest of society in that sense. You know, there's tons of fucking examples of like super hardcore Mormon raised children that, like, as soon as they get out into the real world after having been restricted, they're like, okay, I'm gonna be the sluttiest person that's ever existed, and this is how I'm gonna be happy. You know, like,
I live in Utah, so I'm very familiar.
Oh yeah, it's so to suggest that like what we find commonplace in media is solely responsible for people acting the way that media portrays society or portrays celebrity culture is just, I think, not very well informed or thought out.
Adam?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but my laptop keeps dying, so I just wanted to say something really quick.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to school right now and having a lot of shit in school, you know, I'm 16 years old, so, and you've really been helping me getting through that, so I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Whoa. I really do. And I mean, you know, anybody that's like really familiar with my, you know, vlog and gaming shit knows that, you know, I've gone through my fair share of shit, so that means a lot, because there's other things that have helped me through my own stuff. So it's a good thing to be, I think. So I appreciate it very much, and thank you for your support. It's good. It's good to know that my memes are somewhat constructive.
Healing memes.
Wholesome memes.
Oh shit! We need a new reality show called The Meme Healer.
Oh yeah.
Has
It's just
anybody? Sorry.
As you can go ahead. I was just about to make a goof, a meme.
Mark found this really weird reality show called Ghost Brothers. And I don't know how he stumbled upon it at all. But literally the entire premise of the show, and I've only ever seen the intro, and it's like it doesn't portray itself as self-aware, but you have to imagine that like the production team knows what they're doing. But the entire premise of the show is like, we're doing one of those shitty ghost reality shows where we try to find ghosts in haunted places. And their whole selling point to the show, and they say this literally out loud in the opening credits, they're like, but we're black. And that's it. And that's all fine and dandy, but it's like they're exploiting the most like the most urban way they could possibly present themselves. So it's like, oh, do you want to see like the stereotypical black reaction to ghosts for an entire show? It's like, okay, like,
oh hell no!
I believe
it's literally like going in there.
Literally, the intro is like, but why are all the ghost shows featuring white people?
Oh no!
There's nothing wrong about this. I just think it's funny that it's so.
It is really funny. It's just
about it that literally instead of they could have that show, and it would be like the same, but they wouldn't say it. You know, you'd almost imagine that a show like that would just do it without saying it. But the fact that literally in the intro they're like, "Yeah, this is the exact same thing, but we're black." Like that's the twist. Like that's the fresh spin on the show. Funny. I just find that hilarious.
If you like that, then you should probably check out Ghosts in the Hood.
Oh, what was that again?
Same thing.
Ghosts
Ghost.
Apparently, it's not a spin. I'm not familiar with ghost shows.
No, Ghost. Basically, though it's not just two people, they get a bunch of black people and put cameras on them and put them in spooky places. So
okay,
it's
Adam. Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
Yeah. I think I watched through the whole series and then completely forgot about everything that I had watched, except for when forgetting his name, lovely comedian man that turned blue.
Oh yeah.
Dan Harmon.
Tobias.
No.
Tobias.
I'm confusing people.
I want to know his actor's name.
Oh, his actor name.
Jason
I don't know that.
Bateman, I think. No. I'm being
Somebody
really
said it
dumb.
very quietly. David Cross. Yeah. David Cross.
Well, the reason I remember is because there's going to be a twist that would come up in the show where the character of Tobias was actually going to be black. Wearing whiteface.
Was that a replacement for like the blue thing, or was that like on top of that? Because they had him turn blue
like he was just
for a while.
Yeah, no, the twist was going to be he was black the whole time, but he was just in
that's
whiteface, and that was supposed to come up later.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember much about that show. I remembered enjoying it, but I don't know. It's not like a quote to continue the ages sort of show for me. It's like there are a couple funny scenes. I like when he dressed up as Mary Poppins and broke his leg.
It's a show that can rewatch.
Yeah, I'll probably rewatch it someday.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever saw the Fargo TV series?
No, I didn't.
I recommend it.
Oh,
really? I really like it. 2 seasons.
No, am I?
Oh, is it done after 2 seasons?
And no, they are releasing a third season right now.
Yeah, it's got good ratings, that's for sure. So how? Oh shit, man, it's got some actors that I know. How closely tied to the events in the film is it? Not at all.
There, like a little bit. One thing in the first season that's a tie with the film, but other than that, the characters like similar. You know, their mannerisms and
so just a little like couple callbacks, kind of.
tries
like,
to
fan
say
servicey nudges or whatever.
Yeah, but it's really original. I really like it because it's original. It's not like, oh, we're doing the same thing that the movie did.
Man, I think what winds up happening with me in television now, it's like I forget to watch things if they're not just on Netflix. Because it's like the other way of watching TV just seems so like archaic at this point.
Right.
Like having, like, even ignoring like having to go to the TV when the TV wants to play it. You have to remember to like set up all the recording, even if you want it on your PVR and you want to do it later. And then it's like, I don't know. It just seems so dumb. I think Netflix should be the overlords of television.
They're trying to be.
Well, when you go to
monopoly and have all the power and be the YouTube of TV.
Ooh.
And have zero competition and then burn in flames.
Yeah, but it's like that. You sometimes want to recommend other series to people, and if it's not in Netflix, they say, "How I watch it."
Oh yeah.
Here in my country, here Argentina, we I don't know, FX is a channel, I think, but people don't watch TV anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, barely anybody watches TV anymore. I am like of the 0.0001 percentile or whatever of people that have actually started a cable subscription in the past. Because I didn't have TV before, and now it's like, well, this makes it easier for like the Oscars and shit, you know. And like, I really like. There's some TV shows that like you can't tortilla that are addicting in their own ways, like Dragon's Den and like The Price is Right, you know, and shit like that.
Wait a minute, did you get cable just to watch The Price is Right? Because if you did, that would be hilarious.
I didn't. You know what? I got it because there was a special offer happening at an opportune time that made it so that me getting cable was less expensive than the internet that I was already paying for. So that's what started it. And I justified it with, you know, like the whole Oscars and like sports thing, you know, like my parents were visiting earlier in the month and they wanted to watch a hockey game and I was able to host them and actually watch a hockey game. So that was nice.
That is
so yeah, even if I'm not like getting like enough use out of it that would justify the price point, I mean, on its own without any of those deals or anything, it's like I don't feel, you know, it's just it's a service that's basically coming free with my internet anyway. So no regretty.
And really, sports is like one of those few things that is going to keep cable television in business.
Oh, yeah, but just you wait. Just you wait. That's going to be the death of television.
If it goes away,
will move. They will move. It's inevitable. Like YouTube is going to have sports, you know, like live sports. Netflix will have some sort of live sports. Netflix is a giant now. They have deals with Disney. They have special contracts with Disney. That's insane. They're an ultimately powerful media company, and I'm very excited to watch them kill television. Honestly,
remember when Netflix used to be the place where you saw the like secondary movies or series or that sort of thing?
Yeah, you know what? It was probably only available in the States during that time anyway. So
yeah,
I only started using Netflix in the past like year. Because to me, it was like, I like things in better quality anyway. And like the streaming wasn't that great from for a while. And then eventually it's like they've optimized their streaming to such a point where it looks just as good of a quality as like downloading it from iTunes or something. So, I mean, so no complaints, and it's super convenient. I find new cool things that are exclusives that like, it's so easy to just justify clicking on something because you're like, I'm paying for it anyway, you know.
And they're one of those few.
Well, Adam, have you tried Filmstruck?
There were two people talking at the same time.
Sorry, you can go first.
No, I was saying how Netflix is one of those few places where they'll stream you a bunch of unknown foreign movies as well with subtitles.
Oh yeah, it is. I think it is kind of broadening horizons for films too. And I mean, like in terms of publication, I mean, it's almost like with iTunes and Netflix, it's like what Steam was to video games, you know?
Oh yeah.
I have not tried Filmstruck. No, I have not.
Oh, it's great. It's like
thing?
Netflix, but with Criterion films.
Oh, is it like? Oh, it is. Oh, it's actually Criterion. But
yeah, like
if I'm gonna get a Criterion thing, I'm getting it because I want the fucking whole Blu-ray, right? You know, if I'm gonna get Criterion in the first place, it's gonna be because I want the collector's item and like the pamphlet and the director's signature and all the special features and shit. That's one thing that's pissing me off about Netflix, and I'm hoping that they change someday. I'm honestly, I don't know if they see this as like a potential business strategy or direction in the future, because they haven't really done anything like this, but special features. If you could just click on a Netflix title and then like expand the options and have one of the audio tracks being the commentary track or something, that would be so cool. Good. That would be awesome. Like right now, it's like the convenience of films is getting better, but commentary tracks are disappearing. And it's like, I'm a person that is only knowledgeable about movies because I watched commentary tracks all the time, you know, when I was growing up. And so I don't know. I feel like it's a valuable resource to have a director talking about a film over top of their film, or you know, even some sort of behind-the-scenes featurette or something. I wish that you know it was just easy for Netflix to obtain the licensing to. Who knows if that's the reason? Who knows if they're even trying? Because I can't think of a single title on Netflix where you can even do something like that. I know that there are a couple iTunes releases where, I think even just for La La Land on the iTunes page, they're like, oh yeah, if you buy this movie, you get access to the special features or something like that. I don't think it's a lot of titles, but there's some. I know iTunes does that for some of them. I really wish Netflix would do the same thing.
And I wonder if that is also because of a desire to keep the physical media market going, is keeping those special features to the DVD.
I don't think that's a real dependable way of doing it. I don't even think that anybody making corporate decisions believes that. Nobody's buying something for the special features, which is exactly why Netflix is happening and DVDs are dying.
I mean, I can say that that's why I buy a few things.
I know, but we're like a niche market.
Okay.
Well,
we're not something that can keep a business alive.
Well, and on top of that, you know, it really is, if we're talking about it from a corporate standpoint, you know, if sports did go immediately to streaming or have all of their things available on streaming and just abandon cable, they'd make a whole lot of money. But from a corporate level, they don't want to do that because then they're having to interact with a new company, they're having to build new relations, and they don't want to have to do that. And, of course, it's inevitable. And the same way with the DVD features, it's inevitable. But I think that explains why it is the way it is that a lot of corporations...
I don't know if the DVD features thing is inevitable, though.
I think that they're trying to hold on to
existing
ways of distribution.
I would love to see it.
And money-making.
I'm going to say goodbye.
Oh, you're peacing out? Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
I was going to say the same thing because...
Oh. Go on. Your mic died. I don't know what happened.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, you're back.
I've hit my headset against the wall one too many times.
You're going to say... I heard all up until because. You said you were going to say the same thing because...
It's like 2 a.m. here, and I have shit tons of school stuff to do.
This hangout won't be going on for like way too much longer anyway, but...
thank you
for
roughly how long is it? Because
I don't know. I'm gonna...
It's not too long, I guess.
I was gonna think... Well, I was gonna calculate, like... There are a few different factors going on in my head. One of them is, like, how much time got wasted at the beginning. The other one is how soon walk-in clinics close. So,
wait, aren't walking clinics like 24-hour open, whatever?
Depends. Well, I mean, hospitals
I think
are.
they
That's
should
for
be.
sure. But walk-in clinics.
I think
I
they
don't
need
think.
to be.
Well, depends where you are. I guess maybe there's such a thing. That's.
I know they are over
somewhere.
here, but I'm like way
I don't
over in
know.
Europe, so.
Do you have to? Do you have to worry about like the cost, your personal cost of a hospital versus a walk-in clinic in Canada?
No, it's all free. Yeah.
I thought so.
But I have to pay for my dental, which is bullshit.
This is the exact same here.
Yeah. Dental's considered cosmetic.
Oh god.
Which is not. I
It's
mean, I
not
could see why
really.
they would do that for a blanket, but I mean, like, there should be some logic and reason going into it. Like, if you get a filling.
Exactly. If you've got
Not
like crazy
if you're getting
cavities and
grills,
you're in immense pain.
Well, and also, if you
some
if you get
consideration.
too much plaque and tartar, you can get a stomach infection.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think that like checkups and cleaning should be covered. But yeah, I don't get dental with YouTube. That shit's fucking expensive, man.
The YouTube
I
health
spent
plan.
like fucking $4,000 on my teeth like a year ago. It was awful. Anyway, but yeah, the walk-in clinics are free. All medical shit is just free, really. I mean, depending on what province you live in, you pay into it through taxes in different ways. So like some provinces pay a little bit more than others. Last time I was in Alberta, I don't think they even had any kind of a premium. I think they just got it. I don't know why, but whatever. But I mean, like, even if you are in a province where you're paying for it, it's like barely anything, really. So.
Well, I'm 15, so dental's free for me for like another 3 years, I think. Yeah, I'll be all right.
How'd you manage $4,000? I don't see a grill.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I
Yeah,
thought grill was only
for,
$50,
like-
man. You got ripped off.
For a bunch of different cavities, because I mean, like, despite brushing and flossing my teeth all the time, every day, they somehow show up anyway. I mean, like, my teeth look fine, I think.
Yeah.
Although my gums are a little weird. I don't know. My gums are a little.
That is red.
Got the horse.
I don't think they're healthy. I don't know what that has to do with, though. I don't know what to do there. I think I'm just slowly dying. I think
Your body is just falling apart.
we're all hurtling towards death.
I agree.
Everyone in this room is going to die. And that's what I want to talk about.
Is this Unfriended? Oh no!
This is Synecdoche, New York.
I haven't seen that actually.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Well, the thing is, I get all of my Blu-rays from Finland, and that means I have to take a 2-hour ferry over there. So
You can watch it before you watch the Blu-ray. You can download it on iTunes or something. Well, actually, I don't know what the market on iTunes is like for Finland, but I mean, there's ways to watch.
I don't
the
actually
movie.
live in Finland, but
Do you live in Estonia?
oh yeah, I do.
I
Good
thought
job.
so.
You know your
Yeah.
geography. Good job.
I have Finnish friends that are constantly taking the booze cruises over. So
Exactly. When you go to the harbor, you just see tons of drunk Finnish people that come
Yeah.
over here because the beer is really fucking cheap over here.
Yep, booze cruise.
Yeah. I actually really want to see Synecdoche, New York. I think the last one I saw from Kaufman was Eternal Sunshine, which I really loved. That was really good.
Yeah, he is a screenwriting genius, and from what I can tell, he is pretty fab at directing as well.
I just looked at his Wikipedia today, isn't he? He's turning 60 soon, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
He seems like
Well,
he's a
he's not
fairly new
Hanukkah
guy.
yet.
Sorry?
Hanukkah's fucking Michael Haneke. He's pushing it. I'm scared.
He's like 70 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like almost over anticipating it in a borderline offensive way.
Jesus.
Like all I can think about is his death now. He's 75. How many more movies is he gonna make?
He survived 2016, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh shit. Let me look at his quote.
Wouldn't it be ironic if a movie called Happy End would be his last one?
Not any more ironic than Amour being his last film.
I suppose.
Because the subject of that film, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't be any more or less ironic.
Amour got me shook.
Amour got me woke.
The funny thing is, if you look at like YouTube comments for the trailer for Amour, it's just like everyone's calling it the most pretentious movie ever, and it's kind of funny.
Oh well, it's the French movie that was nominated for Best Picture, of course.
It's literally called Amour.
I mean, yeah, when you nominate a film for Best Picture, I think it's a good thing because it gets more exposure and more people are going to see it. But you have to always, like I was saying earlier, be wary of whether or not it has permeated the general public. You know, people who would never find out about it unless it was shown to them through an advertisement or some other means. You know, people who don't seek out movies but are waiting for movies to find them. That's what I mean by the general public.
Yeah, like I don't think Moonlight would have been as seen and won Best Picture. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, who would have found the Red Turtle if it didn't get nominated?
That was just an all right movie. It's kind of funny if you think about like if you try to like go over what happened in the movie and you summarize it by a single sentence. It's kind of funny. He fucked the turtle.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What?
Spoiler. I didn't really spoil the movie, but he fucked the turtle.
Oh, I thought this was like a kids movie.
Yeah.
He fucked the turtle.
Hey, sex education is important.
You know, that's the ultimate misfortune of making an animated film is that everybody thinks it's a kids movie. And although it's not a mature film, it's not like by any means inappropriate for children. He fucked the turtle.
Is it just really like implied? I'm assuming.
Well, it doesn't graphically show him fucking a turtle, but it's confirmed in the film's universe that he fucked the turtle.
So many scalies were so disappointed.
Exactly.
I was like in Wolf Children, where they kind of showed the sex scene between that chick and like the wolf dude.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you've seen that. I love that anime.
I didn't love it. I thought it was all right, but I like his style. I like his presentation. He has very beautiful images in his films.
I really like the characters. I thought they were very endearing.
I have a hypersensitivity to shrill voices.
That'll do it.
And I mean,
and children.
Like I am a gay man, first of all, who's into like really muscly, like deep voice men. But the whole like children running in the field in Wolf Children, like half of the movie was just them giggling and laughing and screaming with set to like beautiful music, where you're supposed to feel like, oh, that's so lovely and cute and happy family. And I wanted to die.
Press
I wanted
F2
to actually die.
Yeah, when I saw stuff like that, it was more like I thought that the film was also taking a little bit of the piss by saying, "Oh, this is supposed to be cutesy," and no, they're kind of horrible at this point. They're really shrill and horrible.
It went on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was solid minutes of I can't even go that line. I can't even do it.
Does that mean that you can't enjoy like any movie with a child main character?
I would think about that question and ask it again. And try to figure out if that's actually what I said. I don't think I said that at all.
I was just making a joke.
Okay.
Don't worry.
It's all right. Even if I respond very bluntly and frankly and borderline insulting, it doesn't mean I'm actually mad.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I would say it would make it much more difficult for you to watch the majority of anime.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
I know that much. But honestly, what turns me off of like I'm not like annoyed by like female voices. You know, maybe female voices as they're being penetrated or whatever. But that's just a nightmare to my ears. But anyway,
I don't think that would come up too often.
Yamata.
Yeah, I mean, depends what kind of anime you're watching, but anyway. So yeah, I mean, like I can watch anime and like the stereotypical Japanese anime female voice actor doing the super high, like I'm basically a 14-year-old girl voice. Like that's fine. I don't have any real issue with that, even though it is a little strange. I feel like Japanese art and culture places a very high emphasis on like infantilization of women in both sexual and non-sexual ways, but that's another story.
That's true.
I
think it's kind of more.
I think everybody can agree with that in some sort of way, regardless of whether or not anybody thinks
definitely.
it's a big deal. I think we can all see that that's what it is. But anyway,
I think something that you can try and apply to a lot of Japanese culture, and I actually have a whole thesis that I wrote for a paper for this, but the gist of it I found is that a lot of Japanese culture, ideals, advertising, building, just a lot of what they do is stuck in the 80s.
Okay.
And it's very interesting when you
Look, go it is.
It is me. It's me.
Who could it be?
Go back. Wait, hold on.
It's
I need to see your hat better. I need to see your hat better. It was a little bit overexposed.
We just about to say something like that.
Goodbye. It's a BB boy.
That just happened. Anyways, what we're talking about?
Let's talk nothing of this.
Okay.
Let's pretend this didn't happen.
Be silent.
So I saw Roman Polanski's Oliver Twist movie today, which I thought was really good. Speaking of children, I guess.
Oh yeah! What year was that?
2005, I think.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
I know people are really mixed on it, but I thought it was really good, actually. It's like really well directed, and Ben Kingsley's really good in it. The kid's kind of bland, but whatever.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
I imagine you giving it like a 6 or something.
Yeah, I really I long for the point in my life where I can get to 2005 as a yearly list.
That's gonna take like a few
I
years.
think a lot of my time will free up when I'm not in the middle of making a big studio album and juggling Synecdoche, New York, and trying to do comedic things on my YouTube channel and gaming channel and everything all at the same time. So, I mean, like, the album will be done by the end of the year, I think, so.
That's not coming along anyway. You happy with it?
Yes, yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I can say that confidently.
I'd like to see Anthony Fantano's review of it.
I think he'll like it. And I know that's like, I know that, like, for anyone to be this confident about their ability in music, I'm well aware that to anyone outside of my perspective, it will probably come across as like really like full of myself and overconfident and snobby and, and conceited. Well, possibly not you guys because you already are fans of my shit. But like, I don't know,
to some stuff you made.
I mean, I mean, it's also important to remember that that's shit that I made when I was like 18. Is that stuff? So, now I'm like 26. But
I still think it's really interesting,
and also without a budget. But now I have a budget, which is helping out a lot. But yeah, I'm confident in what I'm making, and I'm kind of glad that it's taking this long because that's how I prefer for things to be, is to have things fall into place in a way that makes a lot of sense.
I just want to see Anthony Fantano be like, this new and Unkindness album, it's not good, or something.
I think he'll like it. Even if, let's say, he has gripes with it, and he can't even give it like a great recommendation. There'll be things on it that he'll like at least. There'll be. I think it's an album that has enough tone versatility that there'll be at least one track for everyone.
He really liked the Fragments cover.
Yeah,
didn't he?
that's also influencing my expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he seemed to say really nice things about you so far, so I imagine
we're
you
getting
two
married.
get along. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm feeling a
yet.
decent to strong 7 on this marriage.
Yeah, he doesn't know yet, so.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna propose to him with a vegan diamond ring.
Hey guys,
from
made
from soy.
Oh no, it's just like a tofu that you stick your finger through.
Yeah.
Gotta warm it up first.
Who's that fucking faggot behind you?
I just sat down.
I don't know that man.
I thought
It's a Nazi you.
Like, I really
Haircut.
Yeah, my whole house got haircuts.
Oh.
In the past like month. I think I'm gonna get one soon.
How long
What do you
does your
think?
hair
Like
go down to?
2 inches right here is a good length, or what?
You should get the hit. Or you
I'll probably get it like this. This is what I usually do. Is I like grow it out and then cut it in half and then grow it out again.
Get the
can't
Eric
do-
Andre haircut.
You can't do anything that's going to be detriment to headbanging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I go to the walk-in and I find out I have cancer, then maybe that might change. But
will there be a zombie there to diagnose you?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, man, that would be great. But I mean, I would still, even if there was a zombie that was there and didn't want to nibble me, then I would still have to get some sort of an X-ray. Still have to do some sort of thing.
I imagine zombies just like sucking on the glass. He just has its like mouth.
Oh yeah.
Just like in the SpongeBob, it was like they were right there and they were shucking on the glass.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered getting like a short haircut, or would that look really weird?
I don't.
That's a really weird question.
Have you had one before?
Well, I didn't come out of the womb with this long of hair.
Really?
You've always had metal hair.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my hair was like basically a buzz cut for ages 1 through like 7. And then since I was living in a really small town in Alberta and my brother thought rat tails were cool, I got one too. And I was like 7 or whatever, and that lasted like a year, and then back to buzz cut. And then around age 13, I had like grew it out a little bit. Almost had a bowl cut, but it was a little bit more of like a 70s kind of hippie thing. And then over the course of the next however long, it turned into more of a lovely mane.
I knew it. You used to be a rat boy.
Oh no.
That's how you met Mark. Oh no.
Oh shit, there was something in the chat. Yeah, well, I want to know how long this video is going on. Let's see if this information will be given to me in my YouTube manager. Because I know I tried starting the Hangout at 1, and then there was like a 20-minute thing, but then I had to restart it. Let's see. Yeah, it's not like the biggest deal in the world. Oh yeah, so 136 is when I started this one. Okay. So combined, okay. It's 3:36 right. Oh, okay, so this one's been going on a couple hours already. I'll let this. Yeah, I'll do this for another like 10 minutes and then cut it early.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not technically early because the Patreon page does say 2 to 3 hours, and this is still over 2 hours.
It's going to be about 2 hours and like 10 minutes.
Not including the 25 minutes from part 1 also.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I'll find out if I'm dying. We all die. You know what though? If you're a person that like knows that your death is gonna happen and you have like a YouTube audience, then you can pretty much, if you know that you're gonna die in if I knew I was gonna die in 2 years, and I had like inoperable cancer or something, I think I would just start a donation thing and be like, hey guys, I want to make some really cool art, and then be able to do what I want to do and then die. You know,
pull a David Bowie. That'd be cool.
Well,
not really cool.
I don't know. Finish up my album. Maybe if I'm dying, I'll be able to throw more money into my album and then make some like cool movies or something. Like
that is an interesting.
Anyway.
I wonder if anyone's ever done a either documentary or a study on the influences of terminal diseases on creative outlets. Because I know that the guy that made the movie Blue was only able to make that movie was because the hue that he used was the only hue that he could see once he got eye cancer.
Weird. Well, that
Jesus
sounds
Christ.
like a very specific scenario.
Yeah,
that's kind of depressing, though.
The blue is literally it's an entire movie with a little bit of voiceover of that one's very specific hue of blue, and it's the hue that he saw when he had eye cancer. So.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if there are other
Very
correlating stories of artists being spurred into creative bouts because of terminal diseases.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope I don't die before my album's out. If I do, I want it to be
Fingers
released
crossed.
anyway, but no one will make it the way that I would have. You know, I don't know. Hand it over to Regina Spektor and guilt her into finishing it or something.
Just have Mark grow out his hair and shave the beard, and then he can pretend to be you or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
That would be really funny.
No.
You would just troll and be like, right, this next YMS review, we're going to do it on Synecdoche, New York. Fucking piece of shit movie.
Worst movie.
Worst movie.
Of all time.
It's be like saying, "Oh yeah, I mean, Stephen Wright is dying, so we need to get Eric Andre to replace him."
Yeah.
I saw a very interesting article that you might find interesting, Adam. It is on Kotaku, but it's when fans take their love. Yeah, I know it's Kotaku, but they make some good stuff.
You can post it in the Hangout chat if you want.
Sure. It's
the opening. I don't know. You can just describe.
It's when fans take their love for Twitch streamers a little too far, but it goes beyond that to talk about the role of YouTube celebrities or YouTube personalities and Twitch personalities. I think a sentence within it really encapsulated in that Twitch streamers can be like digital age geisha. They host, they entertain, they listen, they respond, they perform their skills, gaming in most cases from behind the thick veneer of familiarity.
Yeah. I put the gay in geisha.
Yeah, you do. You just need to get the good makeup and the dress.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There was just a lot of bang outside my house, and I don't know what it was.
Well, hope you're not getting swatted.
Oh God!
Who knows? That could happen.
Yo, God! There it was again. There's like 6 gunshots outside. Holy shit!
Jesus Christ!
Be concerned.
Should somebody call the police or something?
Well, I mean, that's up
hold
to...
on. I'm gonna go investigate. If I don't,
I think you should call the
Get
police
a phone
first.
handy or something.
I gotta. I'll keep you guys updated. Hold on.
Okay, switching to his cam. This is more interesting.
Get your phone out. Get that camera going. You could get 100 likes on Instagram. You'd be well sick.
About the article, I was about to say that it's a bit fucked up how people kind of prey on celebrities, but then I realized that I added Adam on Steam and felt weird about saying it. Bit of a hypocrite.
I don't know.
I added you when you were like pretty small. I found you when you.
Steam has a finite amount of people that you can add, so.
Well, that's true.
Had to have been. And I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are on Steam because I can't
hold
even.
on.
You can
that
say
one
it,
faggot who's messaged you a few times. Hold on, I'll show you right now.
I just it's difficult for me to keep up with a lot of messages at this point. Anyway, what was did you get swatted or what?
No. Okay. So
I think we know.
my neighbors are getting married, and they're kind of rednecks. They all shot off a bunch of guns at the same time.
Jesus Christ! Only in America.
You know, as somebody that frequents the "Watch People Die" subreddit, I can confidently say that guns and weddings are a shitty idea.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time it's happened in this neighborhood either. Like, I've had a similar thing happen where I go outside and it's, oh, we just got married. Let's all shoot guns in the air.
It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
And I live on a lake, so the sound reverberates, so it sounds a lot louder than it really is. But yeah,
I can see how that would be a good way to clear out the wedding reception. You just like, okay, everyone, shoot their guns, run.
Yeah.
All right, party's over.
Something's going to be coming down in about 10 minutes, so you either
Oh
move
yeah,
or...
that's also like part of what makes it stupid is the bullet comes back down.
Yeah, well,
like that's happened, right? That's, like people have died from bullets. Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
At that point, it would have gone way up in the air. All the energy's gone. It'll just. It's
when it falls, it would like.
It's gonna develop like velocity or whatever.
Well, I know, but like, what? No, yeah, there's such a thing as max velocity, though.
I've got an A in physics. Trust me. But yes, I'm gonna take your word since you're 10 years older.
Hey, whoa! No need for that. I'm trying to have I'm trying to find out the answers. I'm not confident of my own.
No, it happens a lot where
you're older, so you're instantly correct.
Hey. Sorry, what are you saying, Wetman?
No, I was just saying, yeah, there's a lot of reported cases of people that have shot into the air and had a bullet lodged in the top of their head or died from a falling bullet. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has happened.
Yeah.
Because that's the impression I've gotten.
That's the other reason why it is that whole wedding reception there would be highly illegal, and everyone there would probably get arrested if anyone called the police. But yeah.
It'd be a shame if someone here called the police.
Now the entire neighborhood has to stay inside and hope that they don't live on the top floor.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine get a ticket one time at a party because he was doing those like confetti popper things, and a neighbor thought they were gunshots. But they were like little, and he got fined for it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Well,
you scared the shit out of Mrs. Mengelson, so you get a fine.
Yeah, poor Mrs. McGillicuddy almost had a heart attack from your confetti
party poppers.
I'm a party pooper.
Oh shit!
I poop exclusively at parties.
I agree.
I hold it in all month.
You look forward
Wait for the party.
You're like, oh man, it's party this weekend. I can't wait. Yes.
Oh fuck! Please come soon. I haven't shit in a fucking week.
I can just see you asking your friends, "Hey, buddy, you having a party anytime this month?"
They're like, we don't invite you to parties anymore.
Not for you, Adam.
Get out of here.
Fecal matter. Where's Adam?
Yeah, someone. I don't know. A couple of. Yeah, actually, I'm not even going to acknowledge what I was just thinking. Never mind. Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna end it and figure out what the best solution for walk-in clinics is. Because I'm feeling fine right now, but that sudden sharp chest area pain and then the extreme pain, especially when I have a full lungs. This is like that's never happened before, but it's happened 3 times in the past month. So I think I'm gonna get that checked out and not be a dummy. Yeah. So like before the past month, it's never happened, and now it's happened 3 times. So I don't know what that is.
If it's regular, you should get it checked out, I think.
Something.
Well, and also the immediate fatigue is what's a little disturbing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
But stay healthy, dude.
You're going to be okay.
Try.
Be good boy. Be good boy. Eat your veggies. Brush your teeth.
Oh, I ate lots of veggies. This smoothie was mostly veggies.
Good
Looks
boy.
like something that Shrek snot out or something.
Yeah, it's Shrek cum.
Shrek's
Oh no. Oh no.
He eats a lot of
Anyway,
veggies and meat.
Thank you very much for joining me on the tour.
Thanks.
I
My
very
pleasure.
much appreciate your support. Potentially next month, I might have super chat enabled. I don't know. I'll try it out. I'll see if that
What
would
does that mean?
interrupt the flow of what's happening here. It's a YouTube live streaming thing where like someone in the comments can like pay a tiny bit of money and their comment is like really big. And
Oh,
so
okay.
from, like YouTube streaming, it's all the time, and it's a good source of like revenue from what I've seen, because people are literally just willing to toss their money if they know that they can say something and have it read by the person. And I mean, like, this is a fairly this isn't a huge stream, so I think that it's possible that I could implement something like that without it taking away from like the conversation. Like I could have the big comments and then just read them after like whatever topic we were discussing had died down. But I'll consider it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But anyway, so the date for the next Hangout will be posted in the next couple weeks or whatever. Just look on the main Patreon page, right where it shows the $10 Hangout. Does anybody have any final questions or comments or anything?
No, just thanks. This was my first Hangout. I enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you so much for joining and not getting shot.
I'll try not to get shot next time. No promises, though.
All right.
It is an accomplishment in the United States not to get shot.
Oh yeah.
And everyone in this chat just try and stay alive.
It's an unwinnable battle, but
I mean,
I'll
eventually
try.
I'll have to break that promise.
Yeah, I'll try
Hopefully
to
not too
survive
soon.
my own death. We'll see. Maybe I can convert to a religion where I can live on. Anyway. I'm gonna go see a doctor. So, love you guys. Thank you for joining.
Right.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.